Yo, what's happening?
That's the sound of Dylan Osborne on
Bike?
a night of the weekend. Oh no, a night of the weekend. We're not even night of the realm.
Night of the
What
realm.
are we talking about?
Don't know.
Dylan, Sir Dylan Osborne, night of the realm of video.
Night of the video realm.
Oh, wow, that wasn't how I thought that was going to be
Yeah.
at all.
I think I'm skew again.
I had to adjust my desk today because I think we were at an angle last time. You know what happens as well? When you do your when you talk, you lean on your desk and then you adjust your camera and it goes up and down.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, what can you do, eh? I suppose it's all in the Dill does
Dill does
things
desks.
piss Ryan. Dill does desks that piss Ryan off.
Yeah.
It doesn't even piss me off because I look at it in the video, it goes out of whack, and I think, well, you know what? That's okay.
That's all
I
right.
can deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can deal with
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. None of my shit was set up when you messaged. I was like, things weren't even in the house. There was like light stands weren't here. I didn't know where mic plugs were, anything. This week has been, in fact, the last week has been an absolute, like, not even 10 days maybe. I was looking today and I've been working something like 14 to 16 hours a day for the last 8 days.
Well, you say that. I mean, are you working hard or hardly working?
Working hard.
I mean, because is it work when you love what you do?
Yeah, fucking definitely is.
Do you love what you do?
Yeah.
Do you love everything about what you do?
No.
Do you like all your clients?
Yeah. I like.
Do you like feedback from clients?
I like feedback when feedback is. I like feedback when feedback comes from the right place. You know, like. I think if you hire
me,
like if someone hires me to do something, I expect their feedback to be about factual, correct information regarding their product or service or brand. But I struggle. I don't struggle. I'm not because I'm not a creative. I'm not a what's the word? No, well, not a struggler. No, I hope not. No, I would say I'm definitely not a struggler. I'm not a proud creative. If that makes sense. So I'm always happy to take on board things, but sometimes I'm like, why do people give their opinions? Do you know? It's like, what I don't need is opinion. Like, do you know when someone's like, I think we should do this? I'm always like, and what? Steve thinks we should do that. Sally thinks we should do something else. The only person's opinion that matters right here about what we think is mine. Because you've employed me to do this job. I need you to tell me, is it factually correct? Have we fucked up the brand? Is there anything in there that's good or bad for the brand? But when people start going, and it all depends on who the person is. If I'm working for an agency and I'm working with a creative team, different story. But if it's like, here, Jim in accounts doesn't really like that. He thinks this. You're like, all right, don't care.
Jim, I hate Jim in accounts.
Yeah.
Jim in accounts,
Yeah.
unless he's telling me I owe some money or people owe me money, he can do
Unless
one.
he's given me my receipt for the payment they've made.
Oh yeah,
Slide
that's
on.
funny, isn't it? It's because they're like, oh, here's your opinion. I said, I have my opinion, Jim in accounts. How about you pay me?
Yeah.
Oh, somehow it's like, even though it says 30 days on the invoice, you've managed to make it last 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
yeah.
opinion is you can't do your job. Maybe you should be a creative
Yeah. My opinion
because you
is,
shouldn't be in accounts.
well, I always try to think about like other work, and it's like, if I always use builders, I guess, because it's like it's the simplest thing to understand, like the concept of it. And I'm like, if I got a
So
builder,
you're calling all builders simple? Is that what we're doing?
no, I'm calling
So
people
all
simple.
builders have just switched off.
All people are simple.
We've lost all
they
trade.
can understand. They can understand something. Like if you got someone to come in and build something in your house. If I was like, right, I want to make an extension on my house, and I said to someone, can you come and build me an extension? I'd be telling them what I need from it. You know, I need it to be roughly this size. I need door access onto the street. I need central heating, water, or whatever the hell it is. But then when the guy goes like, this is right, this is what you need to do, comes back, maybe there's an architect involved, who knows? They draw it up
I was
and they
going
go,
to say, because you'd probably actually be dealing with an architect for this, because the
Well.
builder is invariably, because Yasmin's dad's an architect, and he has to be very careful. Well, he used to, he's retired now, but very careful about the builders he uses, because they just do what's on the sheet. And sometimes very physically, you go, well, with all the best will in the world, we're going to have it 10 meters high. But when you get there, you're like, oh, but if it's 10 meters high, we've just realized you can't open the window.
Yeah.
If you actually build it, so maybe we should just do a brick lower, and it'll be fine. But people will just go, no, that's what it says on the sheet. And you're like, oh, okay. So now I can't open my window, but I have a lovely extension.
Let's assume the builder's also an architect, though, for the purpose of this story. The builder.
What you mean, you're a cameraman and an editor?
Well, I am.
Well, yeah. So you're an architect and a builder, are you?
Yeah, technically. Well, technically, yeah.
Do you make the tea as well?
The architect makes the plan. So if you think, like, in my perspective, the way I work is most people, I'd say, hire me for my idea, for the way in which I do stuff, not necessarily. I'm not camera for hire, basically.
Yeah. Dyllon Osborne, visual architect.
Yeah. Visual inspiration. So I like that, visual architect.
There you go. You can have that for free.
I wonder
if anyone else that's an original thought. Okay. Anyone else takes that.
I wonder if we could just I've said this to you before, where I've just been like, sometimes I just want to call myself creative philosopher. Fuck it, like why not? Because philosophy is basically the ramblings of a lunatic. Just philosophers are just like, it's all theoretic. It's like theory, isn't it? Basically.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could call this podcast creative philosophy. I just don't think it has the same ring as as Over and Out Show. We should be like Over and Out Show, Ryan and Dyllon, creative philosophers. None of that bollocks about making video or editing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We do everything and anything you want. We build houses. We do what you can't.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty good at building fences, for the record.
Oh.
Built quite a few fences myself. My brother and I laugh about it quite often because we're like a mixed bag of skills. It's just like honestly, I've built like 5 like proper fences. I don't understand why. I just keep building fences. And every time I do it, my brother's like, "What are you doing now?" I'm building another fence. How is this?
Do you walk into the job and go, "Now forget the video. What this place needs is a fence.
We want to shoot a promo video.
Let me set up a time lapse."
I understand. I hear the promo video, but what about a little birch fence around the side here?
A white picket one.
Yeah. With
a shooter on the other side.
I'll tell you. Talking about doing what you can't, right? So I'm shooting something yesterday, for beer related, right? And a guy comes in and he's got like, he comes in with these like handmade beer paddles out of wood.
What's a beer paddle?
Right. So like when you're making beer and you're mashing beer, you need to stir the grain, right? Right.
Oh, so it's like a big table tennis table.
You need to stir you need to stir the porridge.
Oh, okay, right.
Mm-hmm. And so this guy comes in. He's obviously like, the company's obviously paid him to make these little handmade things out of birch wood. And he comes in and brings them in. I was just looking at them going, oh, they're pretty fucking cool. And they're going to be for sale. But of course, me, being the way I am, I looked at them and went, I could probably make one of those myself. So I was starting to draw the plans of a beer paddle. Just get a wee bit of wood, chisel that out, shape it, spend a few weeks sanding it down. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm talking about doing what you can't. Instead of just buying it from the guy who knows how to make shit out of wood, I'll have a little bash at that myself.
I love a bit of carpentry, actually. I bought one of those circle saws the other day to cut loads of stuff up. It was brilliant. I love it. And actually, since I bought that, I've now been advertised on Instagram carpentry workshops.
Really? Really?
Yeah. Not joking. And I'm looking at it going, actually, I wish that had happened like last March, because I could have just made a whole load of stuff, this whole last year. Because I know, before you say anything, I like doing stuff with my hands.
I bet. Yeah, you do.
I like drawing and art and painting and stuff, and I also like building things. Like I used to love Lego and all that kind of thing.
I fucking knew you were gonna say Lego.
Yeah. Do you not like Lego?
I do, but I was just like, Lego is one of those things that's like, it's people think it's cool to say, oh, I'm into my Lego as an adult.
Yeah. But no. But I used to do it when I was a kid. I haven't built Lego for years.
I was into G.I. Joes when I was a kid. I don't fucking play with them now.
No, I just sell them. Anyway. No, but I don't play with Lego now.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that when I was a kid, I really enjoyed Lego. Like, sort of building stuff. But now it's like I'm full on carpentry.
Oh, that's you, is it?
Lego to
That's
carpentry. Yeah.
That's Ryan's LinkedIn page. If you go check out his LinkedIn page, it's like used to be into Lego, now just into carpentry.
Well, to be fair, I mean, what's what most people do, isn't it? Some people don't even bother with Lego; they just go straight into carpentry.
Start off with plastic, straight into wood. Yeah. So that's every fucking time I go to the recycling center here. Now, do you ever just do something and then think, why do I do this? Like, and it's because someone somewhere just did it, and then you just followed suit.
Is that usually parental?
Always parental.
Yeah, because like there's stuff like I've noticed stuff that Yasmin does and I do, that I'm like, why do I do this? And it's like, and I remember back to being in my grandparents' house, and they're like, no, they always used to listen to Classic FM in the morning and make toast. And what do? Classic FM and toast. It's like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
What is wrong with me? It's just a memory, you know. What do you do? Does your dad? Does he like a dump?
Loves a dump, my dad. Well, first off, the recycling centre here, I call the dump. Some people do, some people don't. But
it's always going to be a dump.
Yeah, drive around to the dump. I love it when people explain where they are in relation to the dump. It's one of my favourite things. You know, someone's like, yeah, if you just pop down past our work, like our showroom, it's down in the Baloo area, and I go, yeah, whereabouts? They go, you know, if you're on your way to the dump. I love that. It's like, do you know if you're on your way to the area where everyone fucks all the shit that they don't want, and then we put it in a landfill? I'm just down the road from that area. It's like you wouldn't.
Isn't that the internet?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, actually, starting to feel like that.
For everyone who doesn't know, it's the physical internet. That's what a dump is.
Yeah, exactly. Where everything, fucking hell. So whenever I go to the dump, you roll into the thing. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be done or not, but I always tell the dude what I've got, like the items that I have. So I'm like, hard plastics, little bit of household, tiny little bit of household waste, loads of wood to recycle, loads of plastic, whatever that is. And then the guy,
old paddle boards that I didn't get right.
Now, and then some beer paddles that's cracked. And then he'll be like, yeah, no sweats, bay 3, and then I cruise on round, right?
Do you have to tell him?
I don't know, but
do you have to book in to go to the dump?
No,
because we do now in the UK.
Excuse
in England,
me,
we have.
We're the UK.
What? No, but I meant.
I'm joking. I don't care.
Oh no, you know what I mean. Like for our Canadian friends or anyone who's abroad in England, we have to book for the dump in London. Actually, no, we don't, because it's only London, because my sister doesn't, and she's out in like working somewhere.
For the people who are not from here, this is classic London. This is fucking chat.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the world revolves around us. Oh, we in the UK have to book for the dump. Only London. Yeah, I know. Tiny little area. The rest of the fucking world just goes to the dump.
But that's also like an American, and I've had this several times. They go, oh, where are you from? I go, I live in London, because they don't know boroughs and everything. They go, oh, do you know Steve? And you're like,
but you do.
I do actually know Steve, but not necessarily him. I know a Steve. I don't know if I know your Steve.
Oh, that was great. I love that. Love that. Well, do you know Steve? Actually, I do. Yeah.
I do know Steve.
Croydon. Go on, Steve. Yeah, I know.
But you know what I mean? They go, oh, you know, because they assume that London's like a little tiny town in, I don't know, America somewhere. You know, I don't really speak to a lot of people here.
You don't really speak to anyone, to be fair.
I did today.
Did you?
I did today. I was coming into my studio and someone asked me about, just side note about the one wheel. I'll tell you this in a sec, which I thought was brilliant. Walked into the studio and a guy was asking about the one wheel. Turns out he's like a film director, and he's like on the floor below me, and he said, oh, you should come down and, you know, hang out. There's loads of creatives there. And I was like, oh, wow, well, this is it. Okay. I don't need to speak to Dyllon anymore.
Yeah, or any of them into carpentry.
Yeah. Did you used to do Lego, and are you now into something more manly like carpentry? Yeah. And do you own a circle saw?
Yeah, can I bring my circular saw around?
Besties forever.
That's good though. At least there's people in the building though with you, that are creative.
This is the other weird thing. So the other day, because it's quite a nice building, there's lots of glass everywhere. So I one wheel here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, like on the doors and everywhere, you know. So
we're not talking like meth glass.
Meth? What do you mean? What? Meth glass?
Just the way you were like, there's loads of glass here. Yeah, crystal.
No, like lots of. Wow, that was a leap not even I thought you would take. Were you methane?
I'm watching Breaking Bad, right? Meth on the mind at the minute, guys.
Finally.
Yeah, bitches.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I come in and because you got to buzz in and beep in and everything, and so I had my one wheel with me, and normally I get off outside because then you beep the door and then this door opens and another door opens. It's like whatever, and then you get into the lift and come upstairs. So I normally pick the one wheel up and carry it in, go to the lift.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl that sort of runs the place was like, or manages it, was like, oh, someone else upstairs has one of them, blah, blah, blah. We have a little conversation. She goes, oh, do you not ride it through the building? And I was like, what?
Can I?
And she goes, oh, yeah, because it's got really nice smooth floors in here.
Amazing.
And I was like, oh, I was getting off it and not like, because I thought it would piss people off. And she goes,
Yeah.
oh, no, I thought you'd just ride through.
And you're like, all right, put my
okay.
Lego down. Let me have a fucking blast at this.
Yeah. I'll build a little Lego ramp.
But is there a lift though, like an elevator?
Yeah. So you come in, you go downstairs, you get into the elevator, and then you go upstairs, and then
That's cool.
you get a couple of calls. But it was just weird. It was the first time I'd ever had that experience of like, oh, you're not going to ride it in here.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow. Because a couple of days I've come here and it's like been pissing down with rain. So obviously I don't want to. It's
Be
like,
that,
oh,
yeah.
who rode in here? And it's like this nice wet path going straight to my
Also,
room.
you don't want to be the guy that slips out on the one wheel and then hits his face in a wall, and then someone and then they open the door to the corridor and it's just this old fella with his Legos lying all over the floor. It's fucking.
and no one can get to me because none of the paramedics want to tread on the Lego.
It is.
We just got to leave him. We just got to leave him there.
Have you ever seen that meme? I know you hate memes. Have you ever seen that meme of the shark? It's like a shark has stepped on Lego. It's just a shark going.
No.
Oh man, best.
That actually sounds interesting.
It's because it's do you know like when a meme's just like, you know when someone just nails a meme and you're like, you have absolutely shark Lego meme. All right.
Right, let me have a look. I'm looking this up right now. Shark Lego.
It's probably one of the best memes like ever. Like for the fam on the interwebs there. It's great, isn't it?
That's actually really funny. That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought.
It's do you know what's so funny? It's because there's nothing amazing about it.
No.
It's just
it makes you think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep. It's quite.
that.
Think of that one.
Literally deep. Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
like, that's
Are we going to
good.
put that on? Because this
Well,
is 18 minutes in.
I've shown
you showed it to
the
people.
folks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. You saved me time in post.
That's what we're all about here, right?
Yeah.
We put the effort in to the lighting and the microphones and the scaff, and
Yeah.
not the editing.
None in the editing.
And that's kind of what I enjoy about this podcast. I have to admit, is like we don't edit any of this, nor do we script it, because I had topics. I was like, I got topics for the next bunch. I'd messaged you earlier in the week and said I got some shit to talk about. Then
I'd forgotten.
I forgot
And we
them
never
all.
spoke about it again.
I forgot it all. Didn't write it down. Just assumed my head would remember. And then I've just been fucking like flat out the last few weeks. Heads up my ass. Don't know where I am. Don't know if I'm coming or going.
Actually, it's I think it's been a bit. Well, it's slightly different for me because I'm getting my house decorated, and I'm at that point now where we had like all this work done, and then we had another load of workmen come in to redo all these inbuilt shelves and cupboards and everything, and now we've got the decorator here for the week. Yasmin's like 34 weeks pregnant, and it's just like, can everyone get the fuck out of my house?
What are you decorating?
Oh well, because after we had all the shelving put in, and we need the lounge, the bedroom, and the baby's room decorated. I mean, the thing was, I could have done it.
Wow.
And I did say to you,
was your carpentry needed?
yeah, well, actually, it was.
Yeah.
And
Lads,
it's
you
one
want
of
me to
those
help
things
out
where
here or what?
I could have done it all.
Yeah,
but
no one's doubting me.
But you know when it gets to that point where like I could do this, or I could save myself a lot of the stress and just get someone else to do it for me.
That's how I was when I got a car. I was going to build it myself, and then I thought probably
bollocks.
just easier to get someone to buy.
That's like when you got a van. That kind of thing. No, but you know how like when it's because the time now is coming for Yasmin to actually have the baby, and it's running out. Like normally, I think if we weren't it's like, oh, I can just let this, if I don't finish it, it's fine, whatever.
Right.
But now it's like we've got everything is been moved into this room, and then everything into another room, and it's like nothing is in place. And Yasmin's at the point now where like pregnancy's been pretty good for her, but over the last week or so, she's been getting this edge of like, I've got something fucking growing in me, and I'm getting pissed off. She's being very nice about it at the moment, but I've got a feeling it might tip soon. So I'm just like, can we just fucking get this done? And then the person that was meant to come and lay the carpet cancelled, and now that's been pushed back to this week. We've got a fridge being delivered, and they've just fucking decided to deliver it. It's all these things add up, you see, and it gets quite stressful, especially when you've got Yasmin doing the best she can carrying around our child, and it's like, it's I just want everyone out of my fucking house.
Let's be honest. Yasmin's driving that ship on a regular day, and now she's carrying someone else. And you're the little rat sitting there, not being of any use. She's looking at him going, "You little fuck."
Actually, I am of a lot of use. I'm like making little wooden chairs every day, with balsa wood and glue and
just in the back.
I
the garage.
I whittle.
Just whittling away.
What have you done today? Did you get a job? No, but I made this nice little pencil.
Yeah. Out of what? A branch from outside.
Yeah, a branch. Where's the lead? Oh, no lead. It's like a replica pencil.
Like that episode of Mr. Bean when he's doing Christmas and he's got the little like sticks. You've seen that episode? He just keeps breaking them off the branch outside and dipping them in Marmite. That's you. And Yasmin's like, what have you done today? And you're like, this. She's like, you fucking useless little prick. Yasmin is she's got a work cut off for her there, hasn't she? Because she's a pretty busy woman. Like she's
what's really
non-stop.
interesting at the moment is that she's always been like that. She's a personal trainer, so she's very dedicated to her clients, loves teaching classes, and it's been a bit hard on her having to do it online because she loves in-person, one-on-one type stuff. But now it's like she's got to this point where she's been able to do stuff, but now this bump is getting in the way, and it's actually slowing her down. And this is the first time ever in the 15, like what was it? I've known her since 2003. She's being slowed down, and it's like it's painful to watch because it's like I want to do stuff, but she's just I'm just tired, I'm annoyed, and I can't do what I used to, and it's just like it's like wow, this is the only thing I've ever seen stop her, and she's done marathons and all this like fucking
and there's you sitting across the table from a dinner going
whittling a pencil.
Well, no, and complaining about Instagram. I was going to post something today, but it can't be fucked. And she's just like, put it into context, Ryan. Do you know when someone's dealing with something like that, though, it does, like, when you get annoyed at, like, stupid shit, like, the fact that you haven't bothered to make a video, or you're like, I wanted to take a photograph of something, and then people are looking at you going, I have a baby inside you.
Yeah. But to be fair, though, it's like, you say all that, but, like, I don't understand, but I deal with like everything, so she can completely dedicate her life to growing a baby and doing the work that she's currently doing and slowly easing it down. So like all finances, all dealing with decorators, builders, everything. That's it. I do all of that.
All right. Well, for the listeners out there, for the long-term listeners, who, those folks that have been with us from the beginning, I think
that's only Yasmin you're speaking to right now.
Well, then she'll appreciate the question I'm about to ask.
Okay.
Bear in mind the amount of info you've given us about how you could have built that. Now, this could backfire on me. I'm happy to take that. I'm happy to take that backfire. But have you fixed that cable on the TV in the kitchen yet?
Yeah.
How you have?
Yeah.
How'd you fix it?
I retaped it.
Just taped it to the wall.
Yeah.
That's it, though. Can you still see it? You haven't done it. You just taped it to the wall.
No, you can still see it.
Fuck.
But it's like it's round the corner kind of thing.
That's all right then. Don't worry, as long as you've taped it to the wall. Get onto those shelves next in.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's on the to-do list. But you see, there's other thing that's more important.
The thing is, though, like with a lot of that sort of stuff, like I'm the same as what you just said. I'm just like I could probably do that. I mean, and when I could probably do that normally means. I could have a good old bash at that. Probably at the end of it, you'd have a shelf. And Yasmin's going, but I don't want a shit shelf. Because Pamela's like this to me. I'll be like, I'll do that. She's like, just get a guy. Get a guy in. I mean,
actually, Yasmin's not like that at all. She's fully up for me doing it. But the thing is, there's certain limits I have. Like,
Getting on a bid.
like decorating. It's like, do I have to get out of bed for this? No, but there's certain things I know I can do, and there's other things where I'm like, I could do this, but I always kind of go, oh, what's the point? Like it's like, how valuable is your time doing that? You know, are you better off just going, you know, I can paint this, that's fine. I 100% know I can do that. Or you can, you know, when you're doing your fences or fixing your roof on your on your shed thing.
Fix the boiler once.
But you know you can do that.
No.
And then if you really fuck it up, you just go, I'll just get a man in. But there's that point where you go, I'll give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
And if it works, we'll just put a bit of tape over the gas coming out, the hole. It's fine.
Yeah.
And if the tape comes off, that's it. We're getting the guy in. Actually, let's put another bit on, and then.
And then when the guy comes in, you're like, that's been, I guess, since we moved in, fella.
Yeah.
And they're going.
So we don't know what's going on.
You haven't tried to spot weld this, have you? No, fuck me. I wouldn't have a clue, fella. Wouldn't have a clue. He's looking at weld burns on your hand.
I've done that so many times where I've tried to fix like a radiator or something, or like plumbing, and it's just like they've come in and gone, oh, what's coming? It's like, yeah, people who used to own this house. Fuck.
Yeah,
don't know what they were doing.
Some
but
idiot.
This looks like it's been done in the last 2 months. I know, it's weird, isn't it?
Just moved in yesterday, actually, to be honest. Yeah, no, I have to admit. Well, one of the first things, like not one of the first things, but one thing you always said to me from the beginning, which I thought was quite interesting, is that is the value on your time, which I actually use now a lot, which makes total sense. Not on myself, on everybody else though. I'm just like, well, what's your time worth? Like, what's your day? Because I'm the sort of person that has a bash, but not because I don't want to pay people to do it, because I can't be fucked, can't be bothered. It seems more hassle to organize someone else. Classic example, my brother lives in Canada. He has a guitar that's here. My mom phones me the other day and goes, Joe needs his guitar. No, he doesn't. I want to post a guitar to him, but I don't know how to do it. I've looked at a few places online, but it's too confusing, right? My mom's old as fuck, by the way, right? And she says, and like, fair play to her, like, I'm the same with stuff like this. I'm just like,
do you know what your mum should have done? She should have put a story up on Instagram and said, how do I do this? And had all the opinions roll in.
True.
Would have been great.
Well, I said to her, why don't we take it to my mate Simon? Runs the guitar shop in Bangor. She was like, oh, could he sort that out? And I'm like, well, he literally packages and posts guitars all over the world. That's kind of part of his job. So let's just take it to him, because he knows what he's doing. Let's stop fucking around, you and me at the post office, talking to Sally at Royal Mail, being like, how do we package a guitar? Of course, whose problem has that become now? Mine. It's fucking me.
Oh, is that why you were taking a guitar down to your mate's?
So I'm chatting to him, I'm chatting to my brother, my mom, trying to work out all this bullshit around a guitar. This wasn't my problem. And now I'm like, and the thing is, now it's become this faff where I'm like, Si, how much to post this guitar? And he's like, probably like 120 quid. I'm like, right, Joe, 120 quid. Yeah, that's cool. And then when Simon actually checked, he's like, 180 quid. Like, for fuck's sake. Mom's gone, oh,
how much is that? What is the guitar? I mean, sure, it's cheaper to buy a new guitar.
Well, it's a pretty nice Epiphone. Electroacoustic, you know?
Ah, right, okay.
It's a nice guitar.
Did Simon say, like, just don't bother, just buy a new one?
Simon say.
What did Simon say?
He was like, you should just settle here and buy one there. But Joe was like, well, it's my guitar. I like it. I've played it for years. And he's pretty good at it and all that sort of shit. But anyway, but it's just one of those things where it's like, I can't see all that. Like, I would just, like, there's a large part of me just goes, I'm not going to bother sending it. I'm just going to stop talking about a guitar to everyone, because I can't be bothered now. It's become too much hassle. You know, I just want to go, can you send that guitar? And they go, yep. And they go, how much? 100 quid. There you go. Done. The minute we start back and forthing, I'm like, I got too many things in my mind. I can't be bothered with this
100%. No, I'm like that as well. It's like, I especially, you know, when someone asks you a question and you go, well, can you send? You go, right, this is how, I figured it out. This is how you do it. And they go, yeah, but could we do it? It's like, no. This is the best way. This is the way to do it. I've checked it online. I've asked a few people. It's going to cost you 180 quid to send it. We either do this or we don't. Yeah, but. And it's like, yeah, but. It's like, no, okay, yeah, but I'm out.
Yeah.
Because I've given you the best case scenario.
Yeah,
and if we're going to go a bit further than that, I'm not interested. Can't be bothered.
Yeah.
It's like, my opinion right now is the best one. And if you don't like it, well, then go and find someone else's.
Yeah. I'm taking my Lego and my wood, and I'm going home. So see you later.
I'm going to go and build a fence with Dylan.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of wooden Lego.
I've got a wooden Lego. Actually, has anyone ever made wooden Lego?
No, I don't
Would
think
it
so.
work?
Wego. Or Lud.
There you go. No, you see, I was thinking that and thought that's not as good as Wego. I prefer Wego.
I know, but it had to be said, didn't it?
So look, we're at 30 minutes here. Just to finish, just to close off my dump.
Oh yeah.
Dump story.
You were taking a dump.
I was taking a dump. So when I go to the dump, I tell the guy what I want, because the first time I ever went to the dump, my dad was like, "All right, got some plastic and a oil tank or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it was, but he listed what it was. So from that day on, I have always just pulled up, rolled the window down. The guy's gone, I've rolled it down. Well, a car from the 70s. And the guy leans out the window and he goes, all right. And I go, and this happens every fucking time. I go like this, I've got wood.
Of course you do.
And I'm like, fuck's sake. He obviously couldn't give a fuck at all. No. He's gonna be like, I don't even care you're here. I'm laughing at me saying that I've got wood, and then he looks at me and I go, and he's like, and I'm like, and then I go, and
did your dad ever say I've got wood?
Maybe to my
and
mom.
know what it meant.
I doubt it.
That's how you were made, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, when the guy with the paddles the other day, when he came in, this an oldish fella.
He got wood, right?
He came in and he went, fancy a wee paddle? To me, but he was being deadly serious, and I went, oh, not right now, maybe later. And I blank stare back, and I thought, he don't get that at all. He doesn't get that. But like,
I love it when that happens, because it gets increasingly awkward. Like, oh, you didn't get that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And now you're going to go home thinking about what I've said.
Yeah, he's going to go home going, I offered a guy a wee paddle earlier on. He said to me maybe later. So I didn't give him my address, but he might be coming past to purchase a paddle later. Meanwhile, I'm just lying on a bag there waiting for him. Come on, fella. Let's have you.
With a gimp mask on.
Not again, no. So yeah, that's what I do at the dump now every time I go. And I don't know whether or not that's right. I mean, that guy could be thinking...
I will tell you, like, because back to what I was saying about the dump in England, here in London, when we now have to book in because of COVID and everything. But when you book in, you have to tick the boxes of, like, you got household waste, wood, plastic. Mm-hmm. It's just
Lego.
I got wood, Lego. Yeah, and so, but then when I go in, they go, oh, because they don't really know, like, they don't check your number or anything really particularly, or they see your, like, code that you've got given, but they don't look at the what you've actually got in your car. Mm-hmm. So it's like almost pointless. There's no point in you ticking any of those boxes, and you're going to do, put it in whatever boxes you need to. But I'm just wondering, it's like, why do they? So clearly, it's come from somewhere, because if they're asking me online, it's like they must have this obsession with what are you bringing in, which has been back since like the 50s when your dad turned up or whenever, and he started going to the dump.
When I was in South Africa, we used to go directly to the landfill. How fucking mental is that?
Did you go directly to the landfill, or did someone do it for you?
No, don't come at me with that. We used to drive, I swear, we used to drive down. My uncle had a bucky, which is like a pickup truck here, all right? And you used to hop in the back of his bucky and drive to the and you'd have it'd be filled to the brim up the back, and you drive in, and there'd be a fella at the thing go, yep, no problem, lads, in you go. And I swear to God, it's like something from like, if we imagine what landfills are, just mountains of shit everywhere, dirt roads just winding through them like a mine. And he would just be like, drive somewhere. He would tell you like an area 4, and you drive all the way down. So it would take you like 5 minutes to get through it all, and then you just pitch up, take the stuff out of the back of the bucky. Just fuck it in a pile. How mad is that?
Like the year before my mum passed away, she took me on holiday. She went to she likes the Caribbean, so we went to Grenada, and so I went and met her out there because she was there for like 2 months. And she did like show me a tour of the island. We had like a little jeep thing that we went around in, and there's a part where we got to the island, and it was like, what the fuck is that smell? And we're going around these beautiful, like, winding roads with like rainforests on the side and all this kind of stuff next to the seas right on your left. And then you get around one corner and you look up and go, oh, wow, that's like a mountain of landfill. You're like, oh my God, that's like right next to the sea. And they've just dug a hole, and in this like ravine, they just throwed everything in. It's mental. Like proper landfill. Like in this, like you've got the sea on this side, and like this beautiful rainforest on the other side, and in the middle of it, like you drive around, and people, it's like there's no even like kind of some sort of like where you drive in. People just sort of throw it over the side of the ravine.
That's insane.
Mental.
That is mad.
Yeah. And you kind of think, well, they've got to do something, right? But
Yeah.
it's just especially in those sort of the less modernized countries, they just do landfill. There's no real sense of recycling or anything like that, and because they're not given the option. I'm sure they'd like to, but it's like, well, what do you do? Oh, I throw it in here.
But that opens a question up, like, what happens to all our stuff? You know, we put it in the blue bin and we think, there you go.
Well,
Mother,
it gets shipped to China.
Mother Nature, you're welcome. Put my Rice Krispies box in the blue bin.
Yeah, I know you think you've done your part, but actually it's been sent to China and
Yeah.
shoved in landfill in their country because it's bigger.
They've just set it on fire in a bird aviary.
While cooking up some COVID.
Yeah.
In work.
Anyway, look, 36 minutes. Thanks for watching and listening to another episode of this, whatever
The
this
Over
is.
and Out Show.
The Over and Out Show, yeah, of a podcast.
A vodcast.
A vodcast.
Well, this is the new era of audio.
Yeah. Is
So
it
it says the New York Times.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it is. I think the New York Times have finally done that thing that the BBC do and go, oh, there's a thing that's been out for 10 years, and so let's finally report on it. That's what I think.
And they're only giving you half the article because you got to pay for the rest. Classic.
Oh, yeah, well, fuck them.
Classic. Anyway,
Absolutely.
look, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next episode.
Shall I slap you?
You could if you want to.
Here, have a quick paddle.